How are you all? My thingy's all different. It's really different. It's probably because I updated it the other day and now everything's back to front for me, which is really handy. So hello if you're joining. Today we are going to be playing with the watercolour pencils again because they've quite taken my fancy, and we're going to be colouring in solid stamps, so something a little bit different for you. I also have a giveaway, so I will just wait a few minutes and get myself set up before I tell you what my giveaway is. What does it say? New. Put on a mask and give yourself a fun new look. Tap the magic wand and try one. Oh, okay, they're just the filters. They're not actually a mask. Oops. Oh, look, we can pop the colour. Ooh. Black and white. So, no, there's no actual... no filter. I thought it was a mask. It said a mask. It's not a mask. So we are starting. We're going to be watercolouring solid images. So, and it's really, really easy and very, very simple. And of course my other computer's now lagging, so I can't see the comments properly. Now I do have a giveaway for this week, which is the Halloween Nights enamel dots. And just because they're Halloween doesn't mean that you can't use them now, because I think the colours are pumpkin pie, old olive, and what's that purple? Perfect plum, maybe? Hi Fiona, hi Joe. I'm catching up as well. Slowly, slowly. So we are going to be playing with the, let me see what stamp set it's called, is the Special Reason. And apologies because we're back to front. I knew, see, there's a reason why I shouldn't update your apps, because things glitch out when you do that. And we're also using the Stylish Stems framelets, which are the matching ones. And these are really cool. I played with them for the first time yesterday. Good morning, Carolyn. Morning, Joe. And what I didn't realise was that you can cut out one, like when you do this one here, if you cut out that one first, it sort of leaves a different, like you've got all that card surrounding it, but then you can go and cut it out a second time with this one, and that's where you get the single piece. So I thought that was pretty cool. Okay, I think I am working on my laptop here. Such a cheap little laptop, but it does the trick. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to swing around. Oh, did I tell you how to get this? This is my, hi Tina, this is my giveaway for this week, and all you have to do is chat with me. So the more comments that you make, the more chance you've got of going in the draw, because I will pick a name from the comments, and I think there's a program I can do that will just randomly select a comment out of all the comments. So chat away with me. And that way I don't feel like I'm chatting to myself and doing all that stuff. Okay, so let me swing you all around. So I swing you up and swing you around. Okay. Now, let me get a little bit closer. Now, I'm going to zoom in on this because, oops, hang on a minute. Oops, oh, I don't think oh yeah, I can do. Hi Kim, how you going? First time watching, woohoo, it'll make me nervous again. Okay, right, we are zoomed in, I am ready to go. So I'm just going to show you the leaves because this is a little bit time consuming. So if you enjoy colouring it, oh cool, now everything's working really good. Excellent, yes, so chat away and you'll go in the draw to win them. Okay, so I'm going to choose my big leaf, and I hope, because I've zoomed in, I can't see what I'm doing properly now. Okay, so we're colouring in bold images. Now, in the, get myself organised here. I am organised, I promise. I promise I am organised today. Let me just get that sorted. Okay, so in the watercolour pencils, we have Old Olive. So I'm using, for this particular card today, I'm using Old Olive and I'm using Melon Mambo. So when we do our first stamp, wait a minute, and you'll notice, look, they're not in order. I'm trying not to be that person. Apologies if you are. I normally am, but I'm really trying hard not to. So we want to take an ink pad that is a lighter colour than your old olive, and the best match is the Pear Pizzazz. So we just want to ink that up first and stamp it down. Now, depending on how heavy you stamp that initially is going to change the look of your final outcome as well. Okay, when I did the pink one, I'm not going to do the flower because it does take some time, but when I did the flower, I used the pink pirouette to stamp with first. Okay, try and make sure I'm in the camera zone for you, because my camera's up there and I'm way down here. Now, you do need a fairly sharp pencil for this. Well, I prefer a nice sharp one, and I love these because you know the old ones, my leads all broke in my old pencils, but so far that hasn't happened. I'm so excited. And this is an old one, okay? Just letting you know this is an old one, so you can't actually purchase this. I've had that stashed away for a while. Okay, now I just want to see where I am in... Hi Joe. I just want to see where I am in... Right, okay. Getting us all organised. So if I keep myself there, we should be right. Excuse me if my head gets in the way. Now all you have to do is colour that first little bit in there, and I only do about half the leaf, half that segment, okay? And I am colouring quite heavily, okay? And you'll see why when it comes time to add the bit of water, why I'm coloured that quite heavy. So all you do, see, it's such a simple technique, but it gives a whole different look to your finished image. I mean, you could, you could just do that. I hope they bring out a new sharpener as well, because that sharpener that I've got is awesome. I had a quick look on the blade last night, and it's made in Germany, so it's a good blade on that one. Okay. I am rushing this, so when I did it, I've done a couple of these now. So when I've done them, I've taken a little bit more time. So this is just a rush job. And you may have to sharpen in between because there's a few little spots there, which is quite like this area here, it's quite a small area, so you either have to rotate your pencil around to get that sharper edge or sharpen your pencil again. Okay, so that is fairly easy, is it not? Right. Get that off. So I am using, good question Fiona, thank you. I am using just Whisper White, so it's cool. Do I have the crayons still? No, I did sell them, but because I've got another brand of crayons as well, and the kids pretty well use them. Okay, so if I stay in that same area, you should be able to still see me. So now I'm using my aqua painter, but the thing is you want it as dry as possible. So when I wipe that on my hand, you cannot actually see any water. I don't think you can see any water. I can't actually feel any. So you want it that dry. Now, if you do have to squeeze more water down it, because sometimes your nibs will split, if you do have to, just squeeze a tiny amount. Don't let it drip or anything like that, and then just keep wiping it off on a tissue. Just keep wiping and wiping and wiping until it's dry. Because when we go to colour this in, you will see why. See, and now my nib split a little bit. So starting just from, I'm hoping I'm in the right spot. Yep, starting just from that edge where the watercolour pencil is, I'm just dragging that colour out and blending it in with the rest of the ink that's on there. And then you want to just come down and change the texture and drag that colour up into that area. And that's it. That's how simple it is, and it's such a cool look. Cool. All right, I'll keep going. And if you've got it too wet, you will, I mean, sometimes it's a bit hard. I think mine's perhaps a little bit too dry at the moment, but you will know if it's too wet because you'll touch the watercolor pencil and it'll just bleed. Oops. There we go. Sorry, my computer switched itself off. So you just drag that color. How cool is that? Blender pen would work well. I haven't tried it with a blender pen, I have to admit, because I like the fine tip of the aqua painter. You might want to start, I mean, you could start out with the blender pen and see how you go. But just make sure, because when you're, I mean, if I was to leave that, I mean, I've got my pencil line in there, so that's why I just sort of come back, and you can make this area a little bit darker, because as soon as that pen touches where the pencil is, it sort of melts, and you can sort of push the pencil into that line there and give it like a deeper, see how it's got a deeper line on those edges? So you can either push that colour to those edges, or you can actually blend them out. So, but I quite like it with, I quite like that look where it's got that bit of a line happening there. And if you can't quite get to the edge with your colour, that's where I come in a little bit deeper and pull that colour, if you sort of get what I mean. So I always start where the edge of the pencil, where I've coloured, and then go back in deeper and pull that colour and just sort of swish it around a little bit, like that. Okay, you can do this with water pen and ink as well. You can, I'll stamp another one. Let me just finish this one real quickly, if I can do it quickly. And I'll stamp a regular one, and you can see the difference. It just gives a whole different look to the stamp, which is why it sort of just deepens it up and enhances it. And because I've used the lighter ink underneath it, it sort of gives it that little bit more depth as well. Sort of makes it look like it's a bit bolder. Yes, any bold stamp will work. Okay, that one's a big one. And you notice I'm not having to wipe off my pen in between. I think it's because my pen is that dry anyway, and I'm just sort of pushing that colour around. It's amazing. It's like the colour just melts. So I hope my hand's not in the way. You can see it. You can really just see it melting. I'll see if I can get in a little bit closer again. I'm not sure if I can. Oh, have a look at that. Okay, let's see if I can really get in there and show you that colour. So cool. I want to show, I'm just going to swing this around a little bit in a minute and show you what happens if you don't like those lines. Okay, so let me just make sure I'm in the right area still. I always find it easier to turn it around and work from the other way if you don't like those lines. All you have to do is grab that line and then just push it. See, grab that line, just sort of push them. I quite like the line, it gives a little bit of something different. Okay, there we go. Now let me just stamp one again, and I'll show you how the two are so different. So, whoops, wrong way. Let me come out. Okay, whoops. Oh, I wish I hadn't upgraded. All right, what do I need? Pizzazz. So that's it in Pear Pizzazz, and let me just grab my old olive and show you that difference. Right, and an old olive one, just ignore that. Okay, so you can see, and I'm still using my old cotton ink pads, so you can see the difference. Stand up, sit down, stand up. So you can see the difference that adding that coloured pencil does for your stamps. So So, and I think doing the pencils on the lighter one, I haven't tried it tone on tone. Maybe that'll have to be done next time. So, but I really do like the look that's given. So let us move on to our card. Whoop, my thing's turned off again. I'm just going to stop here and say I'm giving away some of these. Whoops, wrong way again. So these are the Halloween Nights enamel dots, and all you have to do is leave a comment, and then I'm going to use a special thing and it'll randomly pick one person, and I will send them out to you. So now we are going to make our card. So I'm sort of half casing a card from the Occasions catalogue. They've got it as a bag, but I'm going to make it as a card. So there are my leaves, and here are my flowers. Stand up so I make sure I can see. Okay, so when you cut these out, now don't forget, if you didn't tune in to at the beginning, I used Pink Pirouette to stamp first, and then that's the Melon Mambo pencil, and all I did for that one was to colour about halfway. You can see where my colouring in marks are. I'll bring that up. You can see where my colouring in has stopped, and the light, and then when that's blended into the ink. So that works out really well. Now, one other little thing, in case you haven't used these are the stylish stems framelits to match them. When you cut the flowers out, it will leave that white border, and when you cut the leaves out, it will actually take off the white border. Okay, so it gives it that a bit more of a leafy look rather than having a white border around it. You know what, the first time, this is the second card that I've made, I've actually made one already just to make sure, and I sat down and I cut my flowers out and then realised that I had framelits to go with them there. So that's a little bit funny. Okay, so I've got them, and they look so pretty when they're all coloured up. So I'm just going to use a Melon Mambo card base. They had, oh, these are so easy, Sue. When you just colour in over the top of them, because you can see exactly where you're colouring. So it's a really cool and easy technique. Just make sure that you don't use too much water on your aqua painter. Okay, so I'm using a Melon Mambo, and my finished size is 10.5 by 13. So my card piece that I used is 10.5 by 26. Yay, Laura caught me live. Woohoo! Oh, look at all those hearts that I'm seeing. That's cool. So I'm assuming that's for the flowers. Okay, now I've taken a strip. So if you look in the catalogue, I actually don't know what page it's on. I haven't got my catalogue with me. Whatever the wherever these stamp sets are in there, they've actually got it on one of those coffee bag things, those petite cafe thingies. I don't know what they're called either. But I've just taken that tag and I'm putting it on a card. So what am I trying to say? All right, my next layer is crushed curry, because I've gone for bright. I think they've used Peekaboo Peach. My colours are all different to what they've used as well, obviously, because I wanted to match with the pencils. Now, for this one, a little bit of a tip. This is 5 by 12, and in the catalogue it says to spritz with water. So the first one that I did, I spritzed it lightly with water and then embossed it. And then I went to cut my V out with the triple banner punch, and because I hadn't let it dry properly, it wouldn't punch properly. So I would suggest cutting, sorry, just get that up in there. Hey Lorraine, just I would suggest cutting the V first and then embossing it. But I didn't spritz this one the second time. I just wanted to see how it went. Now, if you haven't seen one of these thick, heavy ones before, because I didn't get the cable one from the last catalogue, these are super thick embossing folders, really super thick, and they're really heavy, and all you have to do for the sandwich is your base plate. Oh, I keep my big shot on the floor next to me. All you have to do is have the base plate, then your folder with your cardstock inside it, and then a cutting plate on top. That's it. You don't need the cutting plate for that one. And it's a really, really cool, really, really embossed piece of card. And of course, being the hexagons and looking like honeycomb, I don't know what's it actually called, hexagon dynamic textured embossing thing. Okay, I had to have it because it was like, you know, suits bees and stuff, doesn't it? Right, so this is going to go here. That's going to go there. I've cut out one of these, so you need to cut that out twice. First with the detailed framelit, and then second to cut out the actual flower. That will go on there. Another flower down here somewhere. And then a couple of leaves splattered around. And I've also used the Melon Mumbo ink and Old Olive ink, and that will go on top. So if you've got your catalogue beside you, you can probably find where it is. So I'm just going to pop that aside, and we're going to work on here first. So I need my adhesive when I finally find it. It's funny how things tend to hide from you on your table when it's actually right there. Now I want to leave a little bit of space because we're actually going to put some twine around the top of the card as well. So hang that off. Now, excuse me, my two-way glue pen ran out, so I have to use a different brand. Now, when we pop this on, I just want to make sure that I'm only popping it on this half here. Okay, because I don't want glue over everything. I'm just dotting that on. Okay. I come back the other day and my other glue pen, I realised I hadn't put the lid back on it, and where it's all nice and blue, it was all nice and white. I couldn't resurrect it again. It was nearly empty anyway, so that's not too bad. Okay, you know what, I'm going to have to bring my card in so I know what I did where, because oopsie, yeah. I'm supposed to put other stuff down first. Oh look, that hasn't stuck down anyway. Okay, so for the leaves, we're going to tuck one behind the other. So for this one, we can actually just scribble some on there. Whoop. And we're going to just tuck that one behind. And I'm going to have to hold it for a moment. So who's enjoying their school holidays? I noticed that my two lazy bums, I'd said to them, while I'm doing my live, can you guys have my, you know, get yourself ready, have your showers, and because they can't come in here and distract me, nothing's been done yet. Alright, I might have to stick that down a bit more. Okay, and then for the second lot of leaves, we're actually going to pop that one underneath. Work out which way I need to put the glue on this side. Yes, I agree. As much as I love school holidays because it's a lack of routine, it's a pain in the neck. Shh, didn't say that, did I? Yes. Yes, Fiona, how is your daughter? I'll have to come back and ask you how she's fared. Okay, and then that's just going to get stuck down too. That's going to go underneath down here. So the longest part of this card is making, is the colouring in. But you know what? Colouring in is so enjoyable. It doesn't matter how long that takes. Does it? Oh yeah, Joe, that would be hard trying to get your bubba to go to sleep. Now, I'm going to just sit that, because I didn't put this second one on my first card, but I missed it. It definitely needs to have it on there. And this one here, I will use embellishments, not embellishments, what are these things called? Dimensionals. Okay, and that will get plonked straight on top. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Lois. Okay, pop that on there. Oh, I want to see all my prettiness though. All right, is it straight? Pretty, pretty. See, and then they've gone and stuck that on their bag. So, but I'm going to stick it on a card. So, because we can. And that's what I love about the catalogues as well, because you can see, like, you spot a little bit that you like, or an element or something off a card, like on a bag or part of a card, and you can turn it into something else. Like sometimes you'll see like the panel of a card and think, oh wow, that looks really cool, I'll stick that on a bag. So, oh Laura, your little one's studying kindy. Gosh, you will really have a quiet house then. Okay, now I don't want this completely in the center, but it will hang off a little bit there, but that's okay. And then I need what? My twine. Right, I decided last night that I am actually going to do this as an online class as well. So, do you know what? I think I'll just use all of that. Oh, both kids in high school. Yes. I will. We've got middle school, junior school, middle school, and senior school at ours. I'm just going to swing that around twice. And I've got one who is in grade 8, who's still in middle school, and then I've got one going into grade 10, which is senior school. So that's fun. Scary, but if we were going like that's in private school, oops, that's in private school, but if we were doing now I just want to give you a tip about this too. Hang on a minute, I've got to stop yakking for a second. My bow, I'm going to tie a bow now. Right, so I've tied it in a knot, and now I'm going to tie it in a bow. So I do my loop, and then your natural, I'm right-handed, your natural way is to go over the top. But if you come behind and go the opposite way and poke that through, your bow will, if I can get it to do, hang on a minute, it's easier with ribbon. So loop, go behind, which feels a bit khaki-handed to start with, and then when you find, do you know what? It's not me if something doesn't work. No more school holidays. Oh. Does that mean, are they still at home with you though, Kim? Have they, oh, you know what? There we go, I got it. See, if, you know what, and I do them at home all the time without anyone watching me, and I can get it each time. Okay, and then you just pull those tail thingies, and then you just tighten it up, pull them till you get the right shape, fluff them around a bit, and then trim that tail off. Now my scissors, I think I need new ones because they're getting a bit raggedy when I cut things. Now if you've got kinks like I do there, a hair straightener is fantastic for getting those kinks out. I don't think we have it so much now that they come on spools, but if you've still got like the cardboard ones like I had, which is empty now, I can chuck that, then you get kinks. Okay, and to finally finish off, I've got some bling bling, and I'm just going to pop 3 of them. Oops. Do 1. Oopsie. Oh, fluff everywhere. 1 up there somewhere. And where will I put the last one? Down here. Just find some space to, and if you do it in a triangle, you've got it, oh, upside down. That's an interesting idea. That might not feel so khaki-handed then. Okay, so there is my card. Here's my first one. So you can see that it definitely needs that one there. Oh, I'll stand up, make sure I've got it in the right area. But if you go back and look in the catalogue, and you'll see that they've stamped theirs just in ink, but they've done the centre in one colour and it sort of grades out into another colour. But I really, really, really like that, the look that that gives me. So for those who didn't catch in earlier, this is stamped in Pear Pizzazz, coloured in with pencil. That's just plain Pear Pizzazz, and that's plain Old Olive. So yes, that definitely is. You know what, I actually should go back and colour in another flower and stick that under there, because I can, because that's popped up, so I should be able to slide that under there easily. Okay, so I am going to do this with an online course. So you'll get 2 of each cards. I have got another one made already. I've got to make my 3rd one. And so if you purchase the bundle plus the pencils, you will get all the cardstock to make 6 cards for free. It'll be 2 designs, but 3 designs, 2 of each one, and everything along with it. You will need a few bits of your own, but when I get myself all sorted out, I'll advertise it on my blog. Okay, do you want to see the other card that I made last night? No, usually after tea, I do the dishes and I sit down and that's it. But hubby went off, he's got a new amp and he started playing his guitar last night, and I thought, you know what, I think I'm just going to go back to my craft room. So I stamped until about 11 o'clock last night. So do you want to see the other one? The other one is this one here. Stand up so I can see. Now this one I have stamped in the pink again, and then I've used rich raspberry over the top. So, and then we've done a little bit of other stuff behind. So that'll be the 2nd card in the class, and then I will do one more, which I'm thinking I will be in Bermuda Bays and Pacific Points, because they're the blues in there. So they have turned out super pretty, and I just love them. So there we go. Okay, one more reminder before I head off. So I'll let everyone know when my class details are ready for them. Stamp by Mail closes on the 14th. So they're the cards for Stamp by Mail. So all the details for them are on my blog as well. So that's those cards. Right. And what else did I have to tell you? I will draw this tomorrow morning. So all you have to do, yes, Kathy, definitely pencils are now on your wish list. Definitely. I'm thinking, oh, that's what I was going to show you. You know what? I'm super impressed too, actually, by these. Oh, just going back. See, I'm all over the place. All you have to do, this is my giveaway for this week. So all you have to do is chat, comment, and then tomorrow morning, I will use a program to just randomly pick someone who's made a comment, and I will send that to them. But I just want to show you, like, because obviously I've been colouring with my green a lot. But this one hasn't been, that one hasn't been sharpened. And I've sharpened these a lot, like loads, like sometimes 3 times while doing all my leaves. And that is all that's come off my pencils. How exciting is that? Yes, that is what the pencils look like. That one, oops, focus. That one hasn't been sharpened. So that's how they come. And so you can see definitely that I think they will last quite a while, because that green has been sharpened like constantly. Oh, look, calluses. My hands are so shut up at the moment. That's what you get for... Well, I can't help it. I don't like... I'm using an old one that I had from Stampin' Up that I got years ago, and I'm really, really hoping that if we all beg and beg and beg, they might bring these back. But looking on the blade, this one said it was made in Germany. So if you can get perhaps something that's not made in, dare I say, China, just make sure you got one with a really nice blade, a nice sharp blade. The price of the pencils are... $27.50, just off the top of my head, I think. I will come back and answer that for you, Lisa, so that I will definitely know. They're not, oh, you know what, cap that. I just spotted it there and thought I'm not going to have the same issue with my last one. Hang on, let me just swing back to me for a second. Whoa, there we go. That's a bit scary, isn't it? Yes, so I think they're $27.95. I will $27.50. I'll just go and double check that and get back to you, Lisa. pencils are divine. Yeah, so if you're getting a pencil sharpener, just make sure it's got a good blade so it doesn't sort of, you know, you want it to take off the wood nicely from your pencil, not sort of jug into them. Smiggle would probably be pretty good. My kids have got Smiggle. I should try them out. I think they've got pencils. They've got the ones with the little motors in them. But that one is really good. So we'll all beg to Stampin' Up to bring a pencil sharpener in as well, and more colours. Do you know what? I think they need more than just those colours. They need like every single colour. So and I've yet to play with the white one and see what sort of effects I can get with that. But yes, definitely go grab them. Okay, I'm gonna go now because I don't actually know how long I've been yakking for, but probably long enough. So if you're watching the replay, keep commenting because I will draw these tomorrow. So you've got all day today, and then I will announce who the winner for that is tomorrow. I will, and then get in touch with you and pop that in the post. Australia only, please, though, because it's a bit tricky to get things posted out of the country. Well, it's not tricky, it's just expensive. More colours, definitely. And when I've got that all organised and ready to go, I will advertise that on my blog and also let you all know. So thank you very much for joining me this morning. I hope your day is great. I think we're in for a bit of nasty weather later on today. It's supposed to be a warm one, but then I think we're expecting about 40 mils of rain this afternoon. So we will be wet. Okay, so I'm going to go. I'm going to stop jabbering because I get to this stage and I just sort of randomly talk gibberish. So, okay, thanks very much for joining me, and we are hopefully back into our regular time slot. I think I'm going to make this a 10 a.m. regular time slot a bit more. It's all good. Excellent. So we'll see you next week, and maybe before then. See ya!